Gamers and gamettes, what's going on? Mike Hero 127 here, bringing you guys my first impressions / review video of the Elder Scrolls Online. As you guys probably saw on my Twitter, I didn't even plan on grabbing this at first, but I'm having a little bit of a delay before I get on Heaven's Ward, and I'll be honest with you, the temptation from the YouTube videos, seeing the Let's Plays on it and the reviews and stuff, tempted me, so I gave into the temptation, got it, and I'm having a lot more fun and enjoyment than I actually expected, even for an MMO, because you guys have heard that I have a thing for raging with MMORPGs. But anyway, let's get into it. We'll talk about the game a little bit. The first thing that I noticed that I loved about it is the fact that anyone can play this. Any Elder Scrolls fan, any Skyrim fan, whatever you've done, you don't have to be, a professional tank, healer, or DPS to come and play this game, which is a big turn on. I honestly think if I got started with a game like this instead of starting out with a game like 14, I probably would have a lot more love and respect for MMOs than I do right now. It's not something crazy hardcore like World of Warcraft. Don't get me wrong, Elder Scrolls is a RPG probably meant for more of the hardcore side of players, not as much casual gamers, but it's not as class and job based as most MMOs are. Like, don't get me wrong, it's crazy open world, players everywhere, massive multiplayer online, unlimited players, and the crazy thing is there's only 2 servers, which is nuts. There's North America and then there's Europe, and everyone's freaking here. And the thing is, you can tell it's a ton of people because I kid you not, everywhere you go there is a ton of people. And I was just like wow. And for them to have the little bit of error that they did launch day for having everyone in North America on the same server and everyone on the other side of the world on the other server, bravo, applause for that. The only glitches I've seen really gameplay wise are trying to jump and see if it'll do it. Sometimes I'll get a frame rate drop when I jump here in the main city, only because there's a billion people here, so it's that's whatever. But graphically, the game actually looks really good. It looks like Skyrim, honestly, just repainted for next gen. The areas are huge, plenty of things to do, side quests, NPCs. The cool thing I like is everything is voice acted. I mean, every character you work side by side with every NPC, and doing all that voice acting in an MMORPG, that's a lot of work. Now, you guys are going to notice in this video I do make some comparisons with Final Fantasy 14. The reason I'm doing that is not to say Elder Scrolls is better, not to say 14 is better, but Final Fantasy 14 is the only other MMO that I've ever played, so that's the only one I have to make a comparison to. So this isn't to compare. The purpose of this video isn't to compare those 2 games. But if you've played Final Fantasy 14 and you're looking to try this, then you can probably relate to some of the stuff I'm talking about. And then that's another main reason I'm making this video, to show people, like friends of mine and stuff, that are Elder Scrolls fans that didn't want to grab this because they may have not wanted to. They could have thought it was weird to have an Elder Scrolls MMO. And the cool thing is, it's not. It's legitly Skyrim with 1,000 people, and it's fun. I've been enjoying it. I've been doing side quest lines. I haven't even touched the main quest. When you first start the game, though, you're going to get this impression, just because we were talking about graphics, I'll stay on this topic, that the game's like dark, gloomy, not much color and everything. But I kid you not, the first area is supposed to technically be a nightmare of your characters. So what it looks like is a nightmare. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's lonely. There's people there in scrubs like what I'm wearing now because I haven't done anything to get a decent gear set yet. And it just looks crazy. And then you wake up from that, you get teleported somewhere else, and then you're in this great city. Too bad it's night because it looks really vibrant, pretty, and just real active area during the daytime, which is awesome, which is great. As of terms of sound, it's Bethesda, it's Elder Scrolls, it's Fallout. You guys know what it is. The cool thing, another cool thing is, speaking of sound, we can jump right into controls as well. It literally feels just like Skyrim. You have your first person mode. Looks like Skyrim, looks like Oblivion. You have third person, which I'm sure is what a majority of people play, especially people who aren't used to Elder Scrolls game. Me personally, I can play in either, but I spent all this time making a badass looking character. I want to see him, so I'm not playing in first person unless there's something I legitimately need to see in first person. The only complaint I have control wise, and this is where we'll get into the battle system too, is the fact that there is no lock on. Now I understand, most, from what to my knowledge, Elder Scrolls games don't really have a lock on feature. They just have this stupid target reticle in the middle. For an MMORPG though, especially if you guys do have the tanking, healing, and DPS elements in here a little bit, I would say lock on is definitely a necessity. I think it would help the battle system a bit more. Let us click R3 or right button instead of the crouch, to pop onto a target or whatever the case may be. I think they should add some type of little bit of a lock-on system in here. Speaking of that, the combat is very good. And another thing that turns me on about this game is I haven't ran any kind of dungeon or anything yet. So I can't speak too much on the dungeon play. I wanted to get this review out for you guys. I didn't want to take forever about it, so I went ahead and did it after clearing an area, doing some fighting, and killing the first boss. Another thing that turns me on about this is the class diversity in here. There's a couple classes. I am a Dragon Knight, which most of you guys would know in most games probably as as a knight or a dark knight or whatever the case may be. And here it's called a Dragon Knight. And it's the great sword wielder, great axe guy, big scythe wielding madman, whatever you guys, whatever you guys know the class. You guys have seen the build. You know what it looks like. That's what it is. And the cool thing about these classes is they all can play multiple roles. Like this class, just because I'm a great sword wielder, I don't have to tank. It can go the role of a tank or a DPS. The healers in here, the healers don't just spam a healing spell all day and buff the party. They can also damage. They participate in the fight as well, which I think is really cool, and I think it's a good thing, especially for beginner MMO players who don't know those class mechanics and everything too well. I think this would be a great place for them to get started. And personally, I think that's my biggest turn on about the game. It was like I was saying earlier, if I had something like this to start out with, I would probably have a lot more love for MMOs today than I do at the current moment. But this game is definitely helping that out a bit. The story so far seems great. Your typical Elder Scrolls thing, which I'm surprised to add a big Elder Scrolls storyline in the form of an MMO. It's a lot. It's a big accomplishment, and I personally give Bethesda big ups for that. Graphically, as you guys can see, I think we did it already. Areas are big, bright, vibrant. I haven't seen them all. Characters have great detail. All the attack animations are pretty cool. There are some pretty cool, badass looking moves here. I think I have one AoE attack right now. Yeah, it's that one where my sword flames. And this is actually a frost greatsword, so when I do that specific attack, the sword takes on 2 elements at once, which is a really cool thing. And I'm interested to see what kind of stuff you can mix and match and do with that. And as of classes, I'm sure you guys know, like in all MMOs and RPGs, mages are OP. Like I was doing this mini dungeon earlier. Me and there were probably 10 or 20 people in there, and I was swinging at the guy, and then I noticed this giant fire blast from this level 2 character just blows him into a freaking wall and drains his HP. And mind you, I'm level 5, with the strongest weapon at my level. Like I said, it can handle 2 freaking elements. I'm doing damage out the ass because my build is built for DPS, not tanking. And he just, says, screw your damage, I'll finish this guy. I took probably, with 3 or 4 swings, probably 1/4 of his health. This dude takes 1 blow and 3/4 of it goes. So black mages, or the mages, those type of users, they're OP just like in all games. But it makes sense because mages are freaking powerful in stories like these. So why not? It's nothing to complain about. But I'm just saying, make sure you watch out for those guys in PvP. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been my review and first impressions of the Elder Scrolls Online. As a final grade for right now, I am going to give the game an 8.3. I haven't found too much that I don't like about it so far, except for one thing, besides not having lock on the voice chat. And I applaud them for this, but then again, it pisses me off. The voice chat in here is great. It's perfectly functional. When you're near 1,000 people that are talking, guess what? You can hear all those 1,000 people talking. That's the annoying thing. So I mute the voice chat a lot. The cool thing is, though, it works great. It's completely manageable, and the voice chat between guilds is 100% working and lag-free, or at least to what I've seen. So don't quote me on that. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Like I said, Elder Scrolls Online, out of 10, I give it an 8.3. And feel free to check the game out if you want to. It's your boy Mike Kuru 127. Please like, share, subscribe. Peace, guys.